Welcome back. Now we saw that in common size analysis of income statement, each income and expense line item is expressed as a percentage of net revenue, which is essentially the net sales of the company. In case of common size analysis of balance sheet, each asset, liability and equity line item is expressed as a percentage of total assets. Now in case of common size cash flow statement, there are two alternative approaches. The first approach is to express each line item of cash inflow as percentage of total cash inflow, and similarly expressing each line item of cash outflow as percentage of total cash outflow. This approach helps us clearly see what dominates the cash inflow or outflow. Another method to perform common size cash flow statement analysis is to express each line item as percentage of net revenue. Now in this example for this company, we see that in case of the inflows, the common size statement is telling us that around 97% of the inflows came through receipts from customers and only close to 3% of the receipts came through sale of equipment. Similarly, in case of outflows, we are expressing all the outflows as percentage of total outflows, and we see that here payments to suppliers dominate the outflows, so that around 49% of outflows are because of payments to the suppliers. The next highest contribution to outflows comes from the payment to employees as employee expense probably, and the next highest source of outflow is the payments for other operating expenses. So by looking at the common size analysis, it is easy to determine what dominates the cash inflow or the cash outflow. Now in the next example here, we see that the common size analysis is expressed as a percentage of net revenue. Under this approach, each line item in the cash flow statement is shown as a percentage of net revenue. This common size exhibit is developed using the net revenue of 23,598 for the company. Each line item is expressed as a percentage of net revenue. The common size format makes it easy to see the trends in cash flows rather than just looking at the total amount, and it is very easy to use this common size statement to forecast future cash flows. This is so because each line item is represented as a percentage of net revenue. Now if an analyst forecasts net revenue for the future period, he can use the same ratios to determine forecast for each line item. Now let's take another example of common size cash flow analysis using the net revenue. Now we have shown here a hypothetical company and its cash flow expressed as a percentage of net revenue for a period of 3 years. Let's see what conclusions can be drawn by looking at this. So for example, here we see that the depreciation and amortization expense is less than 2% of the total net revenue in the year 2010. However, as a percentage of total revenue, it has been increasing each year, and in the year ending 29 January 2010, adding this expense back to determine operating cash flow has a significant impact on the cash flow from operations as a percentage of total revenue, because its size was approximately 60% of the net profit margin. Also we see that this company's capital expenditure is relatively small. It is less than 1% of revenues in most recent years, and the cash flow from operations as a percentage of total revenue indicates that operating cash flows are more than sufficient to cover these expenditures. Also we see that the company's operating cash flow as a percentage of revenue is usually much higher than the net profit margin, with the exception of the year 2009. In that year, it seems the net profit margin was 4% and operating cash flow as a percentage of total revenue was 3.1%. The primary difference between the year and the other years appears to have been a significant reduction in accounts payable. In each of the other years, accounts payable increased. For the year ending 29 January 2010, the operating cash flow as a percentage of total revenue was 7.38% and the net profit margin was 2.71%. Also, let's see how this company uses its positive operating cash flow. In the year ending 29 January 2010, the largest cash outflow was for acquisition of business, which is essentially an investing activity. In prior years, much of this company's operating cash flow was used to repurchase its own stock, which actually comes under the financing activity. In each of these 3 years, the company's purchases of investments were less than the amount of maturities and sale. Thus, on a net basis, the investments of the company proved to be a net source of cash. With this, we have come to the end of common size analysis. In the next few videos, we'll look at ratio analysis for different components of financial statements.